This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
All right, welcome everybody to Manton Athletic Complex. We are just joining the marching band for the national anthem.
Brock Nelson.
He gets the ball.
Motion. Bucks give it right up the middle.
Looks like a little counter play coming back at us.
It's a good cutback by Elijah Lewis.
Little.
We have a fake. The Bucks fake.
Okay, that was the Manton Marching Band doing a nice rendition of the national anthem. So we are ready for player introductions here. We have the Manton Rangers against the Inland Lake Bulldogs tonight.
Number 7, Ben Schramm.
They're introducing the
Number 10,
Bulldogs right now.
Number 16, Tristan Overholt.
Inland Lakes has a pretty young team this year.
Number 20,
Got a lot of juniors and sophomores.
Number
There's just
22,
a couple,
Luke Mayer.
few number of seniors sprinkled
Number
in.
24, Robert Corman. Number 31, PJ Santos. Number 33, Brandon Dudley.
And joining me tonight in the broadcast booth, we have Mr. Mike Maxwell. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Jeff. Glad to be with you tonight. Looks like another beautiful night for football. A little cooler tonight, but it's still a great night.
Number 61,
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect football weather, especially for the players.
Right.
It's not too bad on the fans tonight. It looks like there's a little bit of rain threatening, but seems to be just a few sprinkles so far.
Number 75, Isaac Reeves.
All right, so as the rest of the Bulldog squad gets introduced out here,
Number 82, Anthony Sutherland. And number
we are looking to
84,
hear
Tatum
from
Bly.
the Manton Rangers
Bulldogs are coached by Brian Lark.
lineup. Bulldogs are coached by Mr. Brian Lark. This happens to be his first year coaching up at Inland Lakes. And here come the hometown Rangers. Yeah, they've been really lucky this year, Mike, as far as weather goes. I can't remember a bad Friday night of weather for football at all this fall.
We've had just outstanding weather. A little cooler. It's that time of year, you know, as we're getting excited too. The playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah.
And so it's exciting for these teams. And so far, no snow.
Well, it's early in the evening yet. You can't always count that out.
Right. You're right, Jeff.
Yeah, and you know, neither of these teams are going to be entering into the playoff picture. But you know, hey, it's not even too late to start working on stuff for next year. You know, you want to end the year with a positive, even though each team has only managed a couple wins throughout the year. You know, you grab one or two. You know, obviously somebody's going to win tonight, and then they got one more game next week. It's week 9, so it'll be the last of the regular season. And if they can grab a couple wins at the end of the season, boy, that's really something to work on for for next year's season. So it's not over yet. We've still got some good football ahead of us.
Gives the team something to build on and to look forward and to work on for next year.
Oh, and absolutely. And you know as well as I do, you know, we've got seniors here tonight, and you know, football is different from a lot of other sports. You know, you can go on and play kind of men's league, you know, basketball and you know, volleyball, different sports. You can golf and everything, but you know, putting the pads on, that's kind of just a high school thing unless you're really, really good to make it to the college level. I remember that day like it was yesterday, and
Exactly.
it was a sad time to know that it wasn't going to put the football pads on anymore. So you know the seniors are, you know, relishing that.
Exactly. Manton has several seniors in several key spots, and you know, they're finally coming to realization that you know, they got one more game after this. So standing down there, we see Hunter Rule and Jaden Perry, who are two seniors that will be graduating, and you know, it's just exciting.
Okay, so looks like the Rangers are going to end up kicking off here to the Inland Lakes Bulldogs. That is number 14 for the Rangers, Ethan Ansick. Ansick gets a big boot off. He gets it all the way down to about the 5-yard line. Here come the Bulldogs. He's got room up the middle and stopped short of, well, looks like he just did get to about the 25-yard line.
The stop was made by Ryan Birdall.
Okay, so looks like Inland Lakes is going to set up camp for their first drive at the 26-yard line. Looks like they've got a split set here, 2 to the right and 2 to the left. One halfback in the back. That is Luke Parker, the quarterback. He's in the shotgun, in motion, and handoff right up the middle, and he's met right away by, looked like number 55 from the Manton Rangers, Dylan Otto.
Yep. Dylan's been playing outstanding on defense, and also 77. Drake Remford.
All right, so they actually had a loss of about 2 there. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 12 for the Bulldogs. Luke Parker in the shotgun. He is going to take the snap. Pitches it out, number 31.
Nice tackle by Jaden Perry. All
right.
On the tackle.
So that didn't work for him either. That was PJ De Los Santos on the carry. And they lost a couple more on that, so it looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Manton's defense is making a stand here early. All right, that's number 6, Luke Parker. He takes a snap out of the shotgun, looks to pass. He's got an open man and just threw it over his head. That was number 16, Tristan Overholt, on the pass attempt. He was the target anyway. And that's going to bring up 4th down as that pass landed incomplete. All right, so the Bulldogs are probably going to be in punt formation here. That looks like number 5, Jaden Perry, back for the Rangers. Oh, it looks like he's taking the... Is he taking the snap from center? Oh, no. Kind of looked like it was, but they actually did snap it back. A high punt. Didn't go real far. It's a bit of a Bulldog bounce and goes out to the 50-yard line. So the Manton Rangers are going to take over at the 50-yard line for their first and opening drive. All right, so a nice way to open up the game for Manton on defense, Mike.
Yeah, good defense.
They didn't give an inch.
No, that was good. Matter of fact, they had them for loss for about 4 yards. That was good.
Okay, so Manton's quarterback, that is Hunter Rule. He is going to take the snap from center. Double checking with the coach, make sure he's got the right play called. He was looking over the defense. Hunter takes the snap, hands it off. That's number 11, Trevor Solani. And Solani pulls his way for maybe 2.
Weston Hush was in on the tackle, plus he had a lot of help for Inland.
All right, so it looks like that carry was good for about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8 from their own, or from the Inland Lakes 48 for the Rangers. Hunter Rule once again taking the snap from center. Hands it off. That is number 40. He's got some room. He's breaking away. He's got the sideline, and it looks like he's going to go into the end zone untouched. Nice running play by Manton Rangers. That was number 40, Darius Potter, with the handoff and the touchdown. And that was about a 48-yard strike, Mike.
Our screen still isn't working.
So we should be able to bring you some replays later in the game. We've got a few technical difficulties at the moment, but we will be sure to bring that to you over the newscast or the sportscast here tonight. Okay, so the Rangers are up by 6. They are looking to add an extra point here. That's Ethan Ansick. Snap is back. Kick is up. And it looked like it sailed just wide right. So that is going to leave the score 6-0 for the Manton Rangers at 9:44 left into the first quarter. All right, so they didn't take long to make work of that.
No, they did. They went right down and scored. What was it, 2 plays?
Yeah, 2 handoffs.
2 handoffs, and they're in the end zone.
Okay, well, you know, one thing about Manton is they score a lot of points, and they give up more points.
Yep.
They have actually they've averaged 33 points a game, which is, you know, that's a pretty good average. When you're in high school and you're averaging 33 points a game, you know, you're putting some points on the board. Unfortunately, they're giving up 44 points a game. So, you know, when you watch, it's exciting for the fans who watch these Manton games because they're just scoring fest here. Not a lot of defense going on. So it's kind of a matter of they got to try to outscore the opponents in these high-scoring games. Now the Bulldogs have just been the opposite. They've actually really struggled on offense this year. They've been shut out in 4 of their 5 losses, and you know, not getting points in 4 of the 7 games this year. That's kind of tough. So they're looking to get on the board tonight and hopefully take care of this, or take advantage of the
nice tackle by Trevor Solani.
Yep, take advantage of the Manton defense. Okay, so Solani was on the tackle there. That tackle was made at about the 7-yard line, so that's going to put the Bulldogs in a bit of a spot here, deep in their own end.
The Bulldogs play in the Northern Michigan Football Conference up there.
Yeah, they're in that Legacy division. I think there's 3 divisions to that conference. And they are actually 2-3 in conference play and 2-5 overall. All right, here we go. We've got the Inland Lakes Bulldogs taking the snap. Handoff up the middle. It looks like it is number 7 on the carry. That's Ben Schramm.
Dylan Otto was in on the tackle.
Schramm, the ball carrier.
Looks like he did get a couple yards on there, so it's going to be maybe a second, long 8.
Harry and Holmes.
Okay, and Luke Parker steps up. He is going to stay in the shotgun. They don't have any real wideouts right now. They're in a bit of a tight formation. Motion, handoff, another handoff. And again, that was number 7, Ben Schramm.
Cole Holmes in on the tackle.
Stop by Solani.
And Solani. Trevor Solani and Colin Holmes.
And Summer.
Okay, so he might have picked up 1 on that. That's going to leave him about a 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs deep in their own end. So they're trying to get a little something going here offensively. Manton is able to make a stop here. It looks like they're going to end up getting some pretty good field position on a punt, if it plays out that way. Okay, Luke Parker, he takes a snap, decides to keep it himself, goes up the middle, and he is met immediately. That looks like
Trevor Solani.
Yeah, it's Trevor Solani again. You're going to be hearing
and
a lot
Jake
of
Renford in on the tackles.
going to be hearing a lot of Solani's name tonight.
Yeah.
I've already said it just about every
Yeah,
play so far.
He's a middle linebacker, and they've gone this week. Seemed like they've been playing a 3-4-4. This week they're going to a 4-man front.
Okay.
So it made a little difference in their defense.
All right, so punt formation. Yeah, it's a little tricky. Their quarterback stands right behind the center, or he could take it, and they're faking it out of their own end zone. Looks like he got across the sticks for a first down. So risky play by the Bulldogs, and it ended up paying off.
Especially in their own end.
Yeah, he was standing in his own end zone with the effort to punt that. Okay, I like it. Well, you know, I mean, you're 2-5. You haven't scored many points. You're trying to get a little something going. So maybe Brian Larkus is going to think this is going to spark the team, and it worked. So it's good strategy by the Bulldogs.
Like you said, it's time to work on things, you know, and that. So you might as well pull out all the stops.
Absolutely, and you know, you look like a genius when that stuff works. Not so much when it doesn't work, but it did work. Nice pass off to. Okay, he breaks it away. He's in the clear. He's got about one man to beat and brought down by number 22. That was Nick Dunham, but not before a large gain. He's all the way out past the 35 into about the 32-yard line for the Inland Lakes Bulldogs. Nice play.
The 32-yard line of the Rangers, first down, Bulldogs.
I'm sure I caught that number. I think that was Tatum Bly is who that was. Okay, so the Bulldogs got something going here offensively. It's going to be first down from Manton's 32-yard line. All right, Luke Parker back in the shotgun, ready to take the snap. Looking over the defense. He's got the snap. He's fading back. He's got receivers out. He's got number 31. Oh, just off his hands. That was P.J. De Los Santos.
Pass intended for 31. Santos dropped.
Jaden Perry was in on the coverage.
Second and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, they had trips out there, and they did a little whoop-de-doo crossing, and he broke open, and just off his hands. It was a nice pass, actually. I'm sure PJ wish he had that one back. That's going to bring up a second and 10 for the Bulldogs. They're bringing 3 out to the left again. Well, they've got 3 out to the left and 3 out to the right. Geez, does the Manton have enough defenders to defend that? Looks like they do. And quarterback, nice little pass out to the flat. That looked like number 31. That was P.J. De Los Santos again.
Number 2, Jacob Ware was in on the tackle.
Stop by 7, Rule.
And Hunter Rule, number 7.
All right, and it's nice that the quarterback, even after P.J. just dropped one, he went right back to him. And, you know, that'll help his confidence a little bit. So it's nice that he could get the confidence back and get a reception to him.
I have to say that the Inland Lakes Bulldogs is running a wide open offense.
Yes, they are. Okay, not a lot of linemen down there right now. That's a little pitch back to number 7. That's Ben Schramm. Schramm trying to get outside.
Pitch number 7, Schramm.
Looks like he might have got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Right down line 55, Otto.
Hunter Rule and Dylan Otto was in on the tackles.
All right, so that is going to bring down 4th down. I don't think there's any way in the world they are punting right now. They didn't punt from their own end zone. Okay, so the Bulldogs facing about a 4th and 10 here. They got motion going. He fades back. He's got somebody open. He jumps up. Oh, just couldn't make. That would have been a spectacular one-handed catch, and just wasn't able to do it. All right, exciting series by the Bulldogs, though. They end up getting out of that hole. I think they started at about their own 7-yard line.
Right.
So if nothing else, gained a little confidence and swung the field position. So there's a flag on the play, so we'll have to take a look. The officials are going to talk it over. And it's a holding call, and it looks like Manton is marching back, so it's going to be an automatic first down for the Bulldogs.
The call against the Rangers.
Okay, so that certainly is a break. So the Bulldogs are still alive. It's it's going to be 1st and 10 from it's like their own 15 or Manton's 15-yard line. Snap is out. Parker rolls to the left. He's got a receiver. That was DeLosanis again.
Pass intended for 31. Santos falls incomplete.
Incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Number 4, Jacob Hahn is putting pressure on the quarterback.
All right, we've got 5:25 left here in this first quarter. Manton jumped out to an early 6-0 lead, and the Bulldogs are trying to get a little something offensively going themselves. They have not scored a lot of points this year. 50 points total is all for the year. But like I say, Manton has not been real strong on defense, so this might be the night they can loosen up a little bit and get some points on the board. Yeah, 7 games, 50 points. They're averaging about 7 points a game. That's not going to win you a lot of games.
No, especially when you're giving up 31 points a game. Now looks like a penalty against the Bulldogs.
Yep, so they're going to be marched back just a little bit.
Penalty on the Bulldogs. Backs them up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and long.
All right, so it looks like about 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs. Parker is staying in the shotgun. He's got a couple split out to the right, one to the left. That's DeLosanis in motion. Does end up pitching it back off to number 33, Brandon Dudley, but he was met there by a couple Rangers. Catch a number on those, Mike,
yeah,
did
Brandon Perry, number 50, and Jake Renford, number 77.
Okay.
Caught them in the backfield.
All right, so that's going to be 3rd and even longer. Looks to be about 3rd and 20 for the Bulldogs. So we'll see what they got in their playbook for a 3rd and 20. All right, Parker looking over the defense. He is in the shotgun again. He takes a snap. He looks, he throws a nice spiral right up the middle, but that was number 33, the intended receiver, Brandon Dudley. But just overthrown a little bit. Good idea. And boy, you know, they've got some tall receivers.
Well, they do.
I think they've got, you know, a few of the Manton defenders, you know, definitely got them outreach with the height advantage. All right, so incomplete. That's going to be 4th and 20. All the way out to about the 32-yard line. Oh, and they are going to do a little pooch punt there and try and get Manton back. That is number 7, Hunter Rule. He actually called for a fair catch there. That was kind of a little surprising play. I figured they were going to be maybe going for it from there. Okay, so Manton is going to take over. Looks to be at their own 15-yard line. So they will start their 2nd series of the night. I don't think the linemen were breathing too hard after the first series. It was only 2 plays and a touchdown. So here come the Rangers. That's Hunter Rule taking the snap from center, hands it off. He's got a little room to run. Looked like
brought down by 33, Dudley.
Looked like Jaden Perry on the carry.
Dudley in on the tackle. Brandon Dudley for the Bulldogs.
Okay, that one was good for about 5, so that brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Rangers. All right, handoff. No, I thought he handed it off to Solani, but he handed it off before that. That go to Jaden. Not sure if that was Jaden Perry or if that was Berdal on the carry. 57. All right, maybe a gain of about 1. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 4 for the Rangers. And the Lake's certainly hoping to make a stop here so they can get the ball back in some decent field position. Okay, he's got it. He rolls out. He's got number
open.
40 wide open.
That's Darius Porter.
Okay, looks like Darius is going to the house. Nice pass, nice reception.
He scored the first one, too.
Okay, so he's got a couple touchdowns already.
There's 40. That was what, about
Well, that they were at about the 26-yard line, so it's about a 74-yard strike.
right.
So they got a 74-yarder and about a 48-yarder. Okay, so again, Manton's quick strike with that offense. Wow.
3 plays and they're in the end zone.
Yeah, they've got more plays than points, or more points than plays. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what the officials are talking over here. Definitely got some conversation going. And yep, it is a touchdown. Could have possibly been talking about, I don't know, maybe a lineman downfield a little bit or something like that, but looks like it was good. Did not see a flag on the play. All right, so Manton up 12-0 for the moment.
Gracious. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And they will go for, looks like they're going to go for 2 this time. They tried the extra point kick last time. Here they go, hands off up the middle. That is Solani, and he goes into the end zone untouched for the 2-point conversion. So that's going to make the score 14-0 with 3:20 left in this first quarter. Manton 14 and Indian Lakes nothing. Boy, Manton's got the offense rolling tonight.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay, this might be a good time to mention our sponsors tonight, Mike.
I'd like to mention our sponsors for tonight is presented by Wolverine Power Cooperative, Great Lakes Energy, and Manton Healthcare, Cadillac Rehab Service, Cadillac Tire, Napa with 3 locations in Cadillac, Lake City, and Big Rapids, LC Materials, the Walkley Agency, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Godfrey Chevrolet Buick, Pizza Plus, Emerald Vale Golf Course, and Latitude 44.
Okay, and thank you to our sponsors. That's a pretty good number of sponsors that are bringing us this game.
It is. It's good.
Okay, so you fans out there, make sure you support our sponsors. Okay, so here's the kickoff by number 14. That's Ethan Ansick. It's all the way to the 6-yard line. Here come the Bulldogs looking for room up the middle. He's still weaving on his feet. He loses the ball. Manton jumps on it. He picks it up. That is number 30, Casey Shively, and he is tackled just short of the end zone at about the 3-yard line. Boy, he had a good run going there. He had, escaped a couple tacklers.
Right.
And he was just looking at some, looking ahead, and I think he, kind of forgot about the ball there, and the ball came out.
That was amazing.
Unfortunate for the Bulldogs.
Missed to cause that fumble.
Yeah, I didn't see who caused that either. Didn't get a number on that. Okay, so Manton is within 3 yards. So this is definitely going to be by far the shortest drive of the night for them. Little broken play there. Hunter Rule still has the ball and is tackled down at about the 5-yard line. They had a little miscommunication going there. Not a lot of harm done. That's just going to be a second down from, or actually second and goal from about the 5-yard line.
He was tackled by Weston Hush of the Bulldogs.
All right, so Rule gets the play from the coach. They're going to regroup here and see if they can punch it into the end zone. Ansick is to the right. That looks like number 22, Nick Dunham, to the left. Handoff is to Jaden Perry. Perry had a defender right there, cut back inside. Not much more there, maybe a yard or 2 at the most. So the Bulldogs are holding steady here. It's going to be a 3rd down for the Rangers.
He was brought down by Tristan Overholt, for the Bulldogs.
All right, so 3rd and goal from about the 4. Rule under center. He takes a snap, looking to pass. He's got a guy open. That was Ansick, but he threw behind him. That is going to bring up a 4th down for the Rangers. They were more effective from about 50 to 70 yards out.
It was too close for him now, huh?
Don't know what to
First
do with
and
this
goal.
limited number of amount of green in front of them.
You're right.
All right, so Hunter Rule got the play from the coach. We're going to see if they can make this happen on 4th down. 3 in the backfield. Looks like a keeper. Hunter Rule is okay, so they've got that defended well too, and they sacked him all the way back to about the 10-yard line. So the Bulldogs hold steady on defense. You can actually see the rain starting to come down just a little bit now. That could make things interesting. So nice defensive stop by the Bulldogs. That's basically a goal line stand because the Rangers started that on the 3. And so then how important is that tackle off of that turnover?
Right.
You know, keeping them out of the end zone. As it turns out, it saved them, 6 or 8 points.
Yeah, good defensive stand.
Okay, so Manton still ahead here, 14-0. We have 1:38 here left in the first quarter, and they're starting their drive at their own 10. That's Luke Parker running into the end zone. He's rolling out to the right, looking for a receiver. Picked off by number 7. Hunter Rule takes that and gets into the end zone. Wow, what a turn of events there. Okay, so a nice pick 6 by Hunter Rule, quarterback of the Manton Rangers. And if you can't get it on offense, well, you get it in on defense, eh, Mike?
Right. Good. He read that all the way and just stepped in front of the receiver and off he went.
Yeah, I'm sure Luke wishes he could have that pass back, but just doesn't work that way. Okay, so Manton looking to put 2 more on the board as it looks like they're going for the 2-point conversion. Rule under center. He's got Ansick in the corner, throws it up, and it is complete. So that is a good 2-point conversion. That is going to put the Manton Rangers up 22-0 over the Indian Lakes Bulldogs. All right, so a couple costly turnovers by the Bulldogs. Definitely got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and we still have 1:27 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, we do. All right, so Manton making quick work of that turnover. A little better result than the turnover previous to that. Okay. Who do we got for our crew tonight? Who's running the show tonight, Mike?
Tonight, the director is Jacob Owens. The replay and graphics is Remington Hernandez. Camera 1 is Renee Konvicki. Camera 2 is Cameron Rogers. And camera 3 is Abby Ruther.
Okay.
Good job.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah, and I think those camera girls there were they're students. Not sure if they're actually students here. Didn't get the chance to chat with them, but we do have a really good program going in cooperation with the Career Tech Center where they allow these kids to come in and get experience, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later. The Rangers are getting up and ready to kick off to the Bulldogs here as Ansick tees it up. Gets a nice kickoff. It's a low kick. That is fielded at about the 9-yard line. Looking to run up there. He's still going. And looks like he got all the way out to about the 35-yard line. I was trying to catch a number on that. Looks like it was number 16, Tristan Overholt, on that nice return.
On the return.
All right, so the rain is just kind of coming down steady. It's not raining hard at this point, but it does make the ball slippery. You know, the field gets wet, the grass gets wet, the ball's going to be wet, even when they dry it off all the time. That makes every one of those snaps even, a little bit more difficult.
Right, that sure does.
See if that comes into play. Okay, so the Bulldogs starting 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Snap is handed off. That looked like number 7? Ben Schramm again.
Schramm, the ball carrier, brought down by Solani.
Trevor Solani
And Perry.
and Brandon Perry in on the tackles for the Rangers.
Okay, so it looks like he picked up about 4. That's going to make it a 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. We are just under a minute in this exciting first quarter action. Bulldogs come up to the line. That is Luke Parker in the shotgun. Takes it, hands it off to Schramm again. Schramm looking up the center. He's got a little bit of room, breaks at 1 tackle, and out to, looks like just shy of midfield. That was number 52 on the tackle, Cole Holmes for the Rangers. Cole lost his helmet there. I hope he's okay. Looked like he hit his head pretty good on the ground.
Right.
Looks like he's shaking it off there just a little bit. One of his teammates was double checking to make sure his head wasn't still in the helmet.
Right.
That would be a bad thing. Okay, so the Bulldogs first down at their own 48-yard line. That's Parker. Rolls out, he's got a man, and just short with the throw on that, like the intended receiver was number 16. Again, Tristan Overholt.
Incomplete.
That's going to stop the clock at about 11 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Manton had a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time.
Yeah, they did, and it looked like they got a good hit on him too at the end there. Okay, so 2nd down for the Bulldogs. They got twins out here on the left. Parker stays in the shotgun. Looks over the defense. They got a man in motion. That's De Los Santos. He takes the flip. Gets up to maybe a
tackle by Jaden Perry.
Yeah, looks like he got up to about the original line of scrimmage, and that was about it. And that is actually going to be the last play of the first quarter as time winds down. And we are going to take a little break here. You're watching high school football action on 26 Sports and CCTV. We'll be back in just a moment for exciting second quarter action.